can you please tell me, how does Q-Report benefit customers of Diamondport?
Okay, so first of all, Q-Report is a Q-Report jewelry insurance product. All we do is insure jewelry, private collections of your customers and other people who are looking to buy beautiful, unique pieces of jewelry and fine jewelry. That's our space, fine jewelry and watches. How does it benefit them? It's very simple. If your diamond ring or watch, and we'll focus on diamond rings or precious gemstones, is important to you, then I have a simple question for you. Do you want to protect it? Because our motto is protect the things you love. So in most cases, it's an engagement ring, and it's a tremendously important moment in someone's life. And having that incredible gemstone and ring on your finger, like all expensive and precious items, we need to think, how do we protect it? And unfortunately, the home contents often doesn't do that effectively because it doesn't think of all the important things when it comes to a piece of jewelry. And one of the most important things that people take for granted is that if, God forbid, something happened to it, can they go back to you, Ash? Can they just come to you and say, Ash, can you fix it?
I'd hope so.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yes.
But the reality is that in most large insurance companies, they want to send you somebody else. They have relationships with somebody else. But in Q-Report, because we come from a jewelry background, you mentioned 40 years. It is 40 years. I know the importance of the relationship between your customer and you. So if something should happen, they can come back to you. No arguments, no issues. And you, their family jeweler, can reinstate the piece or replace it as it was originally.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that.
Pleasure.
And you know I love Q-Report. Big fan of Q-Report. Anyone that's dealt with Diamondport knows that we definitely promote Q-Report jewelry insurance. Now, here's something that people don't know. Why did you co-found Q-Report, and where did the idea come from? And yeah, what made you think? How did you see the gap in the market?
Great question. Okay, so first of all, initially we had retail stores, and I was one of those jewelers who I could see how insurance companies were talking to me about jewelry to help replace it for their clients. First of all, they were negotiating the price. Second of all, they had no understanding of craftsmanship. Third of all, they didn't understand what a GA certificate was to save their life. They just thought, it's a diamond ring, it's a piece of jewelry. What's your cheapest price, and what can you do for us? Not what can you do for my customer. So that was always a conflicting issue. Then I set up another company which helped insurance companies manage their jewelry claims. And we managed hundreds of thousands of claims for all sorts of insurance companies. And we realized the very moral concept of what they're trying to do when it comes to insuring jewelry fails because they're not taking consideration what's important to the customer, what's important to the jeweler.
Yeah.
The customer wants to know that if they buy a ring for $10,000, it's insured for $10,000, not that it's insured for up to $10,000. And if they can buy it for 6 or 7, and you'd say, how could they even buy it for 6 or 7? Well, they'll try, and someone might offer them some ridiculous price for a whole bunch of reasons that we won't go into now. You paid $10,000, you should be insured for $10,000. You have a loss, what should we pay? $10,000. That goes against the majority of insurers' concepts. You paid $10,000. If you got a valuation for $15,000, pay premium on $15,000, and if you have a loss, maybe we can settle it for $9,000. It just doesn't work in the world that we're in today, and it goes against your and my moral compass. So when we looked at that, you asked me, how do we come up with it? It was very simple. Here were the problems. There was a lack of respect to the relationship to the jeweler. There was a lack of respect to the customer, the consumer, and you know the bottom line, Ash. Who reads their insurance policy?
Nobody.
Nobody, right? So I read the insurance policy. I read 10 insurance policies and thought, we have to write a new policy. And we've got to get an underwriting insurance company behind us that is superb. And that's why we got Chubb to back us. The largest insurance company in the world who insures fine arts and valuables.